Welcome to the StarX podcast, where we're solving for sci-fi. My name is Mike.
My name is Jenae.
And this is episode 2 of our sci-fi rewatch podcast, where X equals...
Gate.
That's right.
Welcome back. I hope.
Hopefully. If you're new to this episode, maybe go back and watch the first one and, get a little flavor for what we're doing. But one thing I did notice when I was editing the last episode is we didn't formally introduce the cast of characters. And, we're new at this. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants in some ways.
We kind of mentioned them, but not formally. So,
So we just thought we'd kind of do some backfill here real quick because this episode we're going into is kind of a continuation of what happened in the last episode anyway. So we'll just go through and do the cast real quick. And we won't probably introduce the entire cast every time just because we're going to be talking about them so much. We'll probably do guest stars and things.
We'll see how we feel.
Yeah, we'll see. But so Jack O'Neill, his character is played by Richard Dean Anderson, who was also MacGyver, which we talked about in the last episode. And in the movie, he was played by Kurt Russell. Jack O'Neill's character was played by Kurt Russell. So the original Jack O'Neill is Kurt Russell, taken over by Richard Dean Anderson.
And he's probably at the time was the most well-known actor in the show. When it began, because he's from MacGyver, which is a pretty popular show.
Oh, Richard Dean Anderson? Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. It was definitely built around him. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Daniel Jackson is played by Michael Shanks. The character is played by James Spader in the movie, so he's sort of taken over. And we kind of did talk a little bit about how he's sort of doing an impression of James Spader, Michael Shanks is. It feels like that, but he definitely...
comes into his own.
He drops that eventually and sort of...
He does it well, but he eventually comes into his own.
But it was kind of a good way of doing it, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Samantha Carter is played by Amanda Tapping, so Dr. Captain Carter.
Yep.
And Amanda Tapping, and she's obviously a new character in the series, as well as Teal'c, who's played by Christopher Judge. And so that rounds out the main team of SG-1. Mm-hmm. General Hammond is played by Don S. Davis. And in the first episode, you get Skara, who was actually played by the same actor in the movie. His name is Alexis Cruz. So he was taken and as a Goa'uld host. And that's in the
pilot.
In the pilot. Mm-hmm. So, but he will be back. We will see him. Spoilers, I guess. And then, of course, Shaw Ray, who is Daniel Jackson's wife, who is played by Vaitare Hershon. That is how I... Vaitare. Yeah, Hershon. I think that's how you pronounce it. Different actor, but she was also a character from the movie. Also, Ferretti, who's one of the team, who was actually, his character was in the movie as well, who I think that was French Stewart in the movie.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Played by, his name is Brent State. And then Kawalsky is played by Jay Acavone. Acavone.
I bet it's Acavone.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like Italian or something? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Acavone.
Yeah. So
or
apologies if I pronounce that incorrectly. But yeah, so they're basically the main characters of, Ferretti and Kowalski are, they're not in all the episodes, but they're in the beginning and they're carryovers from the movie. So
right.
And of course, Apophis, which we completely overlooked, his name is Peter Williams. Mm. Yeah. So, yeah, he's the big bad, and he'll be around a lot. So, so that's the characters. I just thought we'd go ahead and try to officially do that, since we're
all great characters.
Yeah, they're all really good characters. So this episode is called The Enemy Within. And I actually had it up as far as the...
And a side note that I recently learned on Christopher Judge, who plays Teal'c, he's also the voice of, and maybe they do CG stuff with him too on that video game. What's it called?
Oh, God of War.
God of War, yeah. In the past couple years.
Like Kratos or Kratos?
I don't remember. I mean, I played it a couple years ago. And I was like, oh, Christopher Judge. I had no idea.
Yeah, he's like the main, that's like the main character.
Yeah.
I remember him a boy. He's saying boy all the time to that kid. Yeah. We knew you played it. I remember watching that. So The Enemy Within, this one aired on August 1st, 1997. And it was directed by Dennis Barry, written by written by Brad Wright. Again, this also lists Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich as writers, but we'll probably drop those because they didn't have any. Again, they were involved in the movie, and I think they're just being credited for like characters for the show. So we'll just, call them Dean and Roland from here on out if we have to say anything about them, because and how
Sounds
much I
good.
love Roland. So, but Brad Wright wrote this episode, and the cast of characters all pretty much the same people from the last episode, because it's kind of a continuation, and it's a good episode.
It is a good episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still trying to establish the characters. They haven't officially made the team formed SG-1 yet, so we're still all in the beginnings, right?
Yeah, they haven't. It's not like technically official. They're sort of. This is still like
figuring it all out right now.
Like this is a lot of kind of how.
I mean, they just came back.
Yeah.
With Teal'c.
Right, and this is kind of also how you sort of get. This is sort of how Teal'c ends up on the team.
Right.
Officially, throughout this episode. So, if you haven't watched it, and I will say, the other actor in this episode, who plays a really good. Is it Samuels? Is it Samuels in this episode? Or no? It's that. His name's Al. No, it's Kennedy. Samuels was in the last episode, but this other guy named Colonel Kennedy. He's kind of like the bad guy, sort of.
Kind of like the villain,
guy.
The military villain coming in for Teal'c. Right? He's coming for Teal'c.
He's coming for Teal'c. Yeah, his name is Alan. God, why do they always have these? Can't they just be Smith or something? Alan. I'm sorry, Alan Ratchins. Ratchins. Rachins. Ratchins.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Apologies if that's incorrect, but he does a really good job in the episode of just being just a mean guy, bad, like just the foil of
the military villain who you just want to tell him off.
Yeah.
Which General Neal tries to do many times.
Yeah.
Or does do.
Yeah, he does. He does. So should we just get into the summary?
Yeah, let's get started.
Yeah, so I got it up here. You have it. Why don't you read it since you're better at reading? Start it out at least.
In The Enemy Within, Stargate Command faces its first real reminder that the Goa'uld threat didn't end with Apophyse's retreat. Repeated off-world attacks force the SGC into constant lockdown, but the danger turns inward when Major Charles Kawalsky begins suffering severe headaches after returning from Chulak. What initially seems like a side effect of Stargate travel is revealed to be far worse. An immature Goa'uld symbiote has secretly attached itself to Kowalski's spine. So the drama begins.
Yeah. So we obviously know in the end of the last episode that he's infected with a parasite.
Yeah, his eyes light up.
His eyes light up and everything. He gets that.
Yeah, it's like a thriller moment.
But one of my notes, the note I kind of put at this point was the doctor comes in to examine him, and it's that total. he doesn't even. It's like he like glances
Like
at the chart,
flips the paper real quick.
Somehow all the information just into his head.
He just knows everything.
He knows everything. Yeah, it's just funny. That's such a like a trope for like these TV shows and stuff, movies. You know, like they're not even like actually reading the information.
Yeah,
just take a quick glance. So, yeah, and I also like how. So O'Neill is kind of, he's kind of the moral conscience of the episode in a lot of ways,
and a voice for Teal'c.
Yeah. Oh, he really is, because he's the one who, he's honest with Teal'c in saying like he's like my prisoner, and he's like, yeah, I kind of wish you weren't, but
like this sucks, but this is kind of how it goes right now, but basically I got your back.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I wish I could tell you that we're kind of, in a way, it's like, we should be better than this.
Yeah.
As a welcoming committee for the planet
Especially
Earth.
For all he did.
Yeah.
I get the fear a little bit, but
yeah.
O'Neill trusts him. He helped everybody. And he could be a good asset, he becomes a good asset knowing, especially what's going on with Kawalsky.
Right. And it's... that's totally how it would really be, too.
Yeah, it would be.
I mean, it's just like and it sucks,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's good storytelling.
Yeah, I mean, they have to have some conflict going on.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, you're right.
Yeah.
Good point.
So as the parasite intermittently takes control, Kawalsky kills a doctor, injures Carter, and nearly escapes through the Stargate. The team discovers that the Goa'uld is not yet fully mature, allowing Kawalsky brief moments of control, but that window is rapidly closing. So it's funny on this one that Carter gets thrown around a lot on this one.
She takes a beating.
She gets thrown against the elevator.
Yeah.
And then Kawalsky, doesn't she get thrown again when he tries to get to the gate?
I mean, multiple concussions. It seems like she had multiple concussions. It's like having a rough.
She's taking it for the team.
Doesn't he like totally like knock her into the control panel in the control room?
Yeah.
Or something? When he's trying
or
to
he
stop
like
her from
chokeholds her or something.
Yeah, man,
he's just trying to get out. He's trying to get through that Stargate.
Yeah, she's getting beat up.
So he kills the doctor, but at this time nobody really knows that yet.
Yeah, he kind of hides the body, and of course, it's one of those things where he's coming in and out of it, like he's losing time. He'll wake up and he'll be somewhere else.
Yeah, like he's blacked out.
Like he's blacking out because the Goa'uld's taken over.
Right.
Yeah. So that sucks for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's got to be, but it's interesting how they do that, because because normally a Goa'uld just takes over and then that's like it.
Yeah, they kind of change that a little bit.
Well, Teal'c says something about it being he wasn't a mature Goa'uld, so he doesn't have full control.
The full control over him yet.
Over the host.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he kind of can't.
Maybe I kind of missed that, because most of the time it's just the Goa'uld takes over, and then that's it. They can have control to let the host.
Yeah,
speak.
The Goa'uld. I mean, it's not like the host isn't gone. They're not. They're still there.
Yeah.
And everything, but they're not. But they don't have any control over everything. The Goa'uld controls everything.
Yeah.
So
it's trying. It's trying to take control of Kawalsky. So that's why he's having those blackouts.
Yeah.
Do we have any other notes after that little?
No.
Okay.
No.
At the same time, political pressure mounts. Colonel Kennedy arrives from Washington, pushing for the Goa'uld to be preserved and studied rather than destroyed, arguing that its genetic memory could provide invaluable intelligence. General Hammond refuses to sacrifice his officer, insisting on a risky surgical removal despite overwhelming odds.
Yeah.
So Kennedy's an asshole.
Yeah. How can we take this and study it and weaponize it?
Yeah.
Basically.
And they want to take Teal'c too and just study him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they do. That's what they eventually want to do. When this Goa'uld dies, well, when they think it dies, now it's like, well, we'll just take Teal'c, that'll be.
Well, I love when they're having the meeting and O'Neill comes barging. Permission to barge in, sir.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm going to have a say in this. I don't care what you have to say.
Right.
I'm going to make my point.
Yeah, totally.
I love it.
Yeah, so Kennedy is an a-hole.
Yeah, we get a few of those throughout the seasons.
Yeah. That guy, that senator.
The military a-holes.
And the senator down the road. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He'll be big later on. Senator Kinsey.
Yeah.
We'll get to know him.
And the other guy, well, I can't remember his name. Okay. Well, I can't remember his name. Okay. Let's continue. With crucial help from Teal'c, whose knowledge of Goa'uld biology helps doctors develop an effective anesthetic, the operation appears to succeed. Kawalsky survives and Hope briefly returns.
Yeah.
So they think they are successful in the surgery. Well, and so did we pass over? So they found the dead doctor. They know all that's going on now, that he's been blacking out. So we went all over that. And then they have the new doctor, right? And that's who did the surgery.
Yeah. Yeah. They brought in that new guy. The other doctor was not long for this world. He was out pretty quick. And the original, the one that died, obviously. They bring him in. He does the surgery. And they think they got it all. And they study Teal'c, right? They study Junior.
Oh, yeah. I was like, that's so weird. I just never remember seeing that before. But they had him on a table and they had his symbiote out.
Yeah.
Testing anesthesia, I think, on it.
Seeing what worked.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was weird when they were doing the surgery. It looked like he cut it in half and then pulled it out. And then they were like, oh, we got it all out. But it totally looked like they left half of it in. Didn't it look like that?
I couldn't, I don't know. I mean, maybe. Yeah, kind of. I was unclear. But then also, well, we can talk about it more at the end because it seems like.
Because how else would it still have a hold of him if they think they have the whole symbiote out?
Well, there's a couple like conflicting things we could maybe talk about in trivia or goofs, or really just. It's mostly because they say like they got it all, but then later on, Teal'c says something like, well, the symbiote even if you get it, it still can merge with the guy's brain even without being physically in there. So I'm not really sure how that would work. But then at the end,
that can't be because they changed that.
The thing falls out of the back of Kowalski's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. I'm jumping
Well, I'm just saying because they don't do that through the rest of the series.
I know. It's almost like they're kind of
figuring out
how to do everything.
But it did look like he only cut part of it out.
Yeah.
Of when they're doing the surgery.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Obviously because it fell out of his head.
Right, yeah. So they thought they got it all.
I guess.
Yeah.
But it looks so obvious.
Yeah, no, it did. Yeah, you're right. Good point.
Okay, so the Goa'uld had already fully bonded with its host, deceiving everyone. Kowalski regains control only long enough to allow Teal'c to stop him as the parasite attempts to flee Earth through the Stargate. In a devastating moment, Teal'c holds Kawalsky halfway through the event horizon before the gate shuts down, killing him and the Goa'uld instantly. The episode ends on... Sorry, were you say something?
No, go ahead. We can finish.
The episode ends on two critical revelations. First, that some part of the host can survive even after Goa'uld domination. No, that's not true. Giving Daniel hope for Share's eventual rescue.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's true.
That's
yeah.
True. That's true. Yeah. No. So he's saying.
Oh, the host.
The
host
host
that's right. I was thinking the symbiote. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
My bad. So giving Daniel hope for Share's eventual rescue. And second, that Teal'c, now fully trusted by Hammond and SG-1, is officially welcomed as part of the team.
Right.
Woo!
Yeah. And so
he only had to prove himself again.
Yeah. So the whole thing where they have to he sticks Kowalski's head. I mean, that sucks for Kowalski because he, it's not his fault, but like obviously they don't have any way to control him now.
Well, and they don't have a lot of information yet too. On these things.
So he sticks his head. So they think they got it all. Stick his head in partially into the event horizon. So his head's inside the Stargate thing. They shut the thing down, cutting his head. His brain is basically half cut off, and so it kills him. And then you see the little pieces of Goa'uld fall out of the back of his head too, like that are dead.
Yeah.
So, like you said, they thought they got it all, but obviously they didn't. But then they make it sound like they got it all, but then it's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter if they got it all.
I know.
The whole thing was kind of...
It was a little confusing.
Yeah. So it was a little contradictory, I guess. But but I think it's kind of funny how... what's his name again? Kennedy. Kennedy, he's on this whole tear to bring Teal'c, and at the end, you hear Hammond talking to the president on the phone, like they're chumming it
like
they're golf buddies or whatever.
Okay, let's have a barbecue.
And like, it's acting like why didn't he just call?
Why did he do that first?
Place?
Yeah, I mean, could have avoided all of this.
Yeah, they could have avoided the entire whole thing about taking Teal'c just by him calling the president.
Yeah,
it sounds like that's all he needed to do. I mean, obviously that was the plot.
Still,
but
save some time.
Maybe he saves his. He saves him for like when he absolutely needs to call the president. Like he's not calling the president every 5 minutes. It's like, okay, well, I better call in a favor on this one.
Yeah, he's only got so many favors to call on the red phone.
I mean, he's friends with him, but he's probably like, I'm not going to do it for every single thing, So
I even like a backstory of why he's doing it.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to.
Well, probably because he's.
Well, only because I'm thinking, well, why wouldn't he have just done it in the first place? And it's like, well, maybe he's saving it up. He only has so many markers he can call in before. Maybe he's trying to not annoy the president. I don't know.
Yeah. It sounds great.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and then at the end, they don't they all go in? They're a team now. They're SG-1.
Yeah,
and they're all headed into the gate.
They kind of do a final shot of them.
And yeah, they've got Teal'c in his SG uniform.
Yeah, walking through the gate, and then he,
and
so
it's
official. He's in his army. His uniform.
Yep, and his staff. Is that what they call it? His
staff weapon.
Yeah.
I think he's got that. Sometimes he carries a gun though. He's not always using that.
Does he?
I think maybe more later on.
Yeah.
He's not always carrying that thing, but I might be wrong. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll bring it up. So
that was a good episode.
Yeah, it was. It was good. It was a good way to get Teal'c onto the team. I
think so. Yeah. Because they kind of had to get rid of Kawalsky.
Yeah.
Was he on the team or was he part of another team?
He became
like SG-2?
SG-2 or something. He was head of SG-2. That was his command.
Right.
See, that happened in the last episode.
Right.
He became.
So, okay, yeah. So should we go into trivia and goofs?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so when Carter's slammed against the elevator wall, she actually did get a concussion. So Amanda Tapping got a concussion from that.
Oh, man.
I would love to interview her.
I would too. I love her. She just,
because it seemed, at least in these first few episodes, she's getting thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
She's taking it like a champ.
Yeah, totally.
You want me to do the next one?
Yeah, go ahead.
RDA.
That's Richard Dean.
Oh, Richard Dean Anderson. I'm like, what's RDA? Was in a MacGyver episode with the same title name, Enemy Within.
Yeah.
I wonder if they did that on purpose.
Yeah. Well, it says here in the trivia, it's the first episode where he uses the line "for crying out loud," but that's not true.
That's not true because he did it the last episode.
Yeah, he used it twice, so that's wrong.
Okay, let's move past that one then.
Yeah.
First plot that doesn't reference or travel to Abydos.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the first
It's
one.
all in the base.
It's all done on the SGC, which is short for Stargate Command. And yeah, so it's they don't really have anything to do with, they're starting their own thing. It's all new adventures.
Yeah, new territories.
Yeah.
All right, so some goofs. Doctor ordered an MRI, but the machine was a CT scanner. I would never know.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even think twice.
Yeah,
Unless I was a
wouldn't.
doctor or nurse or something. I'm sure some of you out there noticed it.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed either, of course, This one also, this is an episode where Teal'c's tattoo on his forehead is upside down, at least once. I didn't ever notice it, but apparently it's upside down at one point in this episode.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was kind of
Yeah.
watching for it, but then just forgot because I just didn't notice it. I was so wrapped up into the episode.
Yeah, me too. The way that they, do you want to do the last one? Or
I don't.
okay, well, the way that they were strapping Kawalsky to that bed, it was really like his arms were, they had him like face down and all this stuff, and his arms were like totally free. He had him like, it was weird. It was, I don't know, it just seemed like
It looked awkward, and he could have totally just
he
gotten
especially
free.
with his like Goa'uld super strength, that they get.
Right.
He could have just broken the straps or grabbed somebody and thrown
He
them.
eventually does,
Yeah.
doesn't
I
he?
know. I think he does. Yeah. So
So that's all the trivia and goofs for that
Yeah,
episode
it is.
that we could find.
yeah.
And is this the first time they mentioned Tari, which means Earth?
I think it is. He brings it up in the meeting. Teal'c does, and he's like, "Well, you guys are the people that everybody came from. Everybody knows about the Tari. It's this big legendary thing, and apparently it's you."
Oh,
So,
interesting.
yeah. And I think Terran is the actual word. I think I should have looked it up. It means Earth. It's like a real
Like in
word.
real life?
Like in real life.
Oh, okay.
Not just in the show.
I'm like, so which is it, Tari or Terran?
Yeah, Terran. I think I could be. Yeah, I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But so the Indeed count still 0. He
Still
hasn't said
0.
Indeed.
It'll get up there, I promise.
And the for crying out loud count.
What did he do in this one? 1?
He did 1, so it's a series total of 3.
Okay.
He said it 3 times.
So he's beaten out of Indeed so
Yeah,
far.
So far. Well, there'll definitely be a lot. I don't know. I'll be curious if Indeed catches up eventually.
Yeah, I never paid attention to crying out loud before.
Yeah, I mean, I do kind of remember him
And
saying,
now that, I do. But now that I'm paying attention, I'm like, whoa, he said it again.
Yeah, I think he's going to say
Whoa,
a
he
lot.
said it again.
Yeah.
So now for the line of the episode, right?
Yeah, so the line of the episode, also the episode title for us. Why don't you give us your best line reading?
I will. So this comes from Captain?
Colonel.
Colonel Jack O'Neill. And it's when he's walking into the meeting with Kennedy and he says, "Permission to barge in, sir."
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, nice.
It's a good line.
Good line.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple. For some reason, okay, I'm thinking of probably a different. There's another line. It'll be another episode line. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's from another episode. Well, I won't like talk about that right now. But thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, and send us an email at starx@groovydane.com if you want to give us your thoughts about the episode.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from people, Stargate fans, or
And if it was your first time watching it, if you've watched it a lot,
Yeah.
we'd love to hear your thoughts, anything we missed, anything.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to see how how well this stuff plays for like a younger audience too. I'd be curious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'd be.
Well, it's just, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just like anything coming on, like when they put old shows and stuff on Netflix and things like other streaming channels,
right?
They become popular again. So I would think that like Stargate could stand the test of time and go through another generation.
I would. I mean, it could.
Yeah.
It could for sure. I mean, that would be cool. But yeah. So again, thanks for watching. And until next time, keep solving for X.